So this is a quick, like, kind of a prequel video to a topic and a concept that I'm definitely going to spend some time touching on in time to come, which is, so the show, The Black Mirror. I made a video about just the mirror, just a different kind of concept. This is The Black Mirror, and that's basically probably the device that you're watching, that you're seeing the image of my face talking on right now. Either a handheld device or a desktop, tablet, laptop, various other forms of devices, or if this is in the future, maybe you're watching it on glasses or a watch or a wearable of some kind, or a projector or whatever. But so the black screen, I think, in this modern time is the screen. And the reason why I even have like the belief I have about having a plant-based diet is because there are different elements that we're interacting with on a daily basis. I look at something like the Industrial Revolution during the time of, like, you know, I don't have the exact dates of when the Industrial Revolution was popping, but from then to then, you know, which, like, steel and iron, what are the main elements, what are the main ingredients that we're interacting with on a daily basis? That affects consciousness in terms of density, really. In terms of lighting, exactly. In terms of density, and yeah, lighting. So light refracts around areas that are more and less dense. And I think Tesla knew this, and he experimented with like water flow and electricity and you know, current, and how current flows through basically certain mediums better. And so current, or our consciousness, is interacting with different mediums, and that's kind of the whole point of the Black Mirror. But so, not the whole point of the Black Mirror, but part of the context that I'm speaking from refers to that, because it's pixels. Like, I'm pixelated on this screen right now, and so much of, at least I know, my day-to-day life, I'm looking at pixelation, and I'm looking at, therefore, crystals, which are really charging behind my iPhone, the glass, and it's lighting it up. So I'm looking at light. I don't know if there's plasma in there. I don't really know all the ingredients, but I know that that's a part of it, because it's not the stuff that our parents and grandparents grew up in. So that I think light is getting into our retina or our iris and into our consciousness in a way that it never has before. And that's affecting the type of brainwaves that we have, and that's affecting the levels of consciousness that we're able to access. And not to say that there's going to be anomalies, and there's also going to be, you know, there's going to be means and averages and exceptions to rules always. But I think that this is like a significant reasoning for a lot of the, not just the ADD stuff, but the heightened pace at which not just content is consumed, but life is consumed. And I think also part of the loneliness thing, I think, as well, is because, so during the rise of the machines, the rise of the digital era and the rise of the social era, there's been an increase in awareness of global community and a decrease in local community, in terms of awareness and connectivity, and just overall. Not to say that other communities haven't experienced this, and then really this is, I'm just speaking from my experience. But I'm kind of getting off track. Let me get to what I want to talk about. So I think your phone is a straight up mirror for your ego, and the stuff that you click on, the stuff that you choose, it's you. You're choosing who you are based off the videos you choose on YouTube, based off, and that's a big thing about the subliminal war that them up there have against us right now in these lower dimensional chambers of society, is really dictating the type of images that we see on a daily basis. And a lot of it is like this over-sexualization of femininity, it's food, it's aggression, it's like really subtle things that I think affect how we interact not just with the outside world and our communities and our social lives, but how we treat ourselves internally and how we talk to ourselves. Our internal self-talk, our internal dialogue is super affected by a lot of these social programs that are out running mostly on digital devices. So the Black Mirror concept, not in the same vein that the show touches on, but the show is really interesting because it touches on a lot of these hypothetical, like, what if digital cyber concepts. And yeah, really it really intrigued me, and I enjoy storytelling that is in a progressive, like, you know, cutting edge, or around a progressive and cutting edge medium. It's really snowing where I'm at right now. I'm up here in Saratoga Springs, New York, and there's just like a lot of snow. People are going like 20 miles an hour on this highway, because this is, I guess it's not a highway. Well, it's technically a highway. But yeah, so the phone you're holding is a reflector for you. And it's kind of like just a note to, well, what are you choosing? What are you choosing to click on? And it's like, yo, maybe you gotta unfollow some friends. Maybe you gotta unfollow some accounts. Maybe you gotta just bring some awareness and attention to the type of relationship you have with the accounts that you're following, and the stuff that you're clicking on and desiring to follow. Sometimes I just gotta like do a total wipe through, and like my bro Willie was like, yo bro, what the fuck, like, you unfollowed me. Not to spice it up too much, but he did. He's like, and that turns into a whole nother thing. But sometimes what I'm referencing is, regardless of how the people close to you feel, you got to do what you got to do on your digital world. And really it's just a matter of bring awareness and attention to the stuff that you're interacting with, and how you're interacting with it, how you're consuming it, how you're taking in what you're taking in. All we have that we can control is what we take in and what we put out. I mean, we can't really control what we take in. We can control how we take it in. In terms of what you click on, though, in terms of this Black Mirror, which is really what the device looks like when the screen is off, that is what we have control over, is what we click on. So thanks for clicking on this video.